What's happening, y'all? This is Jason Alum from Fever 333. We here at live Jera On Air. Let them know. Oh, actually, you know what? I got two. So we have a crew member. His name's Brian. And typically when we're walking around, when he's walking around, people will stop him and ask him for photos and then talk to him about Fever music and various other things. But that's not me. That's Brian. And then when I was younger, I used to have like bigger hair and I used to wear bigger chains, and so did Travie McCoy from Gym Class Heroes. So I was on tour with my old band Let Live. We were in Portland. I stopped at another show and everyone was taking photos with me, and I was like, oh, damn, like Let Live must be popping. This is like it very beginning of Let Live. And I was like, wow, we must be much bigger than I thought. I'm like, oh yeah, you can get a photo? Yeah, you can get a photo. And then one person walks away and goes, I can't believe I just got a photo with Travie McCoy. So that was big mix up there. So shouts out to Travie though, I love him, but he's also like a foot taller than me too, so. Yeah, I've definitely had injuries. Honestly, the worst injuries that I've ever had during a show are not from what you'd think. It's from like literally stepping back and slipping on water and tearing a ligament. It's not from jumping off of the top truss. Or one time I put my hand through a window. Like honestly, like, and I'm saying this as a cautionary tale, don't do that. I ended up having to get like surgery. I lost feeling in part of my hand, severed my median nerve and flexor tendon. It's not a good idea. So try to be good to yourself on stage. I have many tattoos from tour. In Berlin, not that long ago, I've gotten a bunch of my legs from Brazil or Warped Tour, or just like little mementos of where I've been and what we were doing at that time. And we sometimes will have people on the bus that say they can tattoo, and we believe them, so we let them do it to us. And then we later find that we have an infection, and we're not really that, surprised as to why. The one that sticks out immediately is someone made a skateboard with the band's logo and me on it. And not that I wanted me on a skateboard, just the fact that someone thought to put together some of my favorite things, the band, music, and skateboarding, and then present it to me was sick. But I think that same, like on that same tour, I had somebody give me a hoverboard from Back to the Future 2 that they made, but it was like perfect. Other than it hovering, it was exactly like the ones from the movie. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're in any sort of public-facing occupation, people may recognize you. But honestly, like, let me keep this super real for everyone watching this. Most of us in these spaces, like, we are literally just the same as everyone else. I know that I'm still a fan of, other bands and music. I'll usually be the ones coming up to people that I see at shows and be like, hey, weren't you at that Fever show in, Haarlem in the Netherlands? So yeah, I mean, it happens every once in a while, but I'm actually probably more excited than the people are to meet me. So the one time I've done it twice, I gotta be super honest, where I've gotten up out of wherever I was and relocated my body to where this person was to say something to them and thank them. And one time I was in Perth, Australia, and my homies came back, like, they ran back and they were really, tired and almost sweaty, and they were like, we just met Stevie Wonder. I was like, that's a lie. That's like one of my favorites ever. That's a lie. They're like, no, seriously, he's over there at terminal or gate, whatever, and I think he's leaving. I was like, that's fine. And then you have to go say something. I was like, no, I'm not gonna say something. And I sat there for about a minute, and then I got up and I ran to him and said, look, I just wanna say thank you for everything you've done. My father played with you, when he was coming up. And I thank you for Master Blaster. You're just one of the most amazing artists in the world. He said, what's your name? What do you do? I said, none of that matters. I just want to say thank you to you. And another time, I pulled up on Zach De La Roca at House of Pies in Los Feliz, because I had to. It's the singer of Rage Against the Machine. Like, I had to. So I just, again, same thing. Thank you for everything from Inside Out to your features with Run the Jewels, and of course, Rage Against the Machine. Everything. I love it. Never. Never. I've been lost so many times, like on tour, whether it was me driving the van or it was me walking around thinking I didn't need a map, or, even just emotionally. Your boys, sometimes I'd be lost. I need help. So, I've definitely been lost on tour. Never. I've never missed bus call. No, I'm quite a punctual person. That's like, ever since I had my kids, it's like every single tour, you could find me once every week crying in my hotel room, looking at photos of my children, like doing something new, you know, at the skate park, or, you know, my youngest just got his first haircut. Oh my gosh, he looks so handsome. And I was looking at I was in the dressing room, and I got the photo, and everyone's talking, and I just started crying, and I had to walk out of the dressing room. So, yeah, I get home. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of like when that has happened recently. You know what? Actually, I didn't know Bring Me to the Horizon. Like, I mean, this is way back in the day, but I didn't know them. I didn't listen to them. I didn't know much about them. I just heard their name everywhere in my old band, and they were on tour with some of my childhood friends, The Ghost Inside. Years ago, The Ghost Inside had to drop off the show, and then they called us to play the show in LA. And so I saw Bring Me the Horizon for the first time at the show that we played with them as a replacement, and I got it. Like, everything clicked. I was like, oh yeah, of course everybody's talking about this band. Like, I understand it now. And then I started listening to that band, and then became friends with that band. So that's like the one that really sticks out, because at the time they were the buzz band. I didn't know what it was, and then I figured it out, and now I really know what it is. So shouts out to the homies for sure.